time and the grit and the things that we discuss and the things that we do. But for the stage that they're in, right? What they gotta be in the other room in the child's place, right? It's our job to understand that. Just like the when our customers, we're impulsing our customers, and guess what? The impulse drops for a customer. So if our reps are our forever customers, what you think we gotta be doing in these stages? We gotta keep the impulse high because they're very impressionable, right? Our reps is impressionable. Our reps is impressionable, right? So that, yeah.
What does that mean?
So they're just like, they're easy to influence. Yeah, Brian, that was good. Like, they're easy to influence, right? They're like a sponge. They just soak up anything, whether it's good, bad. Like, they have the most, like he said, that was the best term, influence, right? They're so easy to influence in that stage. They're very impressionable, right? So now, what do you think some things that we talk about as leaders, right? Vets, what you think some things that we talk about shouldn't be discussed in front of reps, Terrell?
Pay issues.
Pay issues. Territory.
My big set.
What?
Gossip.
Gossip.
No, for real.
No, customer issues.
Customer issues.
Like, I just got to drive or this was on that shit, you know, throwing it in the territory.
What else? We hear it day to day.
Right.
Oh, office issues. That's gossip.
That's gossip. So, and it doesn't have to be super like negative. It could just be something like
Transportation.
the transportation, right? And we're including them in business that we need to handle. Why are they right here and then they in my ear asking, oh, so what we about to do? Okay, so if this, we drew all the way to Delaware, so now what we? No. It's a child's place, right? It don't matter if it's the obvious. We all know we ended up in Delaware. We wasn't supposed to, but whose place is not for you to discuss. It's not for us to discuss that around them, right? So, for instance, when that shit happened, what did I do for those who know what's up? What did I do? I exited the van to have a conversation, right? When I could have easily had the conversation in the car, it's not for everyone to hear, right? And it's not because of I don't want the JTLs to hear it. We trying to create less confusion. You gotta, because you don't, like, a lot of the time, just like our customers, you know, when we signing up customers, sometimes the customer is gonna tell you their objection, like, or what went wrong in the process. A lot of the times, people are just gonna switch. You done did everything right? You know you set the best pitch, you set the best bill breakdown, you set the best TPV, and all of a sudden, they hanging up the call and talking about the phone hung up, and I gotta get back to a meeting. Whole time they're lying. Why? Something in that process, the impulse dropped, right? So just like with our reps, it's something, you could have been the best trainer, you know you trained them the best way. Sometimes it's not about that, right? It's not about how you train the person. It's about these stuff and their impulse is slowly dropping.
Yes.
And then you're gonna see they gradually just pulling away. And it's not because of how you trained them, right? Sometimes it's not about that because you know you trained them good. You know you came in at 10 o'clock sharp, you was ready, you had the content ready. Sometimes it's not about that. It's about these type of stuff. It's about the conversations that they're so much into. Like, yeah, we create relationships with them, we create bonds with them, but they need to stay in a child's place. Okay? Oh yeah, the cops. Now, we obviously know some people may be like, well, the cop just pulled up right there, like, what you want? Like, we know the obvious. They let them see whatever they see, right? That doesn't mean they have to be in discussion what we gotta handle, what we gotta do, right? All they know is the cops came, right? But whatever we're about to do, whatever we about to discuss, We're gonna do that aside from them, and they're just gonna roll with it, because we're gonna make that shit look good because we have to sell the business. We have to sell the business, or the impulse is gonna be dropping. You don't know what they're thinking about, right? Our reps, they're thinking about if they're really good, if they're gonna be good in this business, right? They have self-doubt, right? They may be frustrated because they're normally a perfectionist. They normally excel in things that they do offline, right? And then when they come in this business, it may be a slow process, right? So it's a lot of things that's going on in their mind. So we have to create less confusion because we don't know what they're thinking about, right? So if the cops come and we show them that we're annoyed, right? Like, nah, that cop just blew my shit because he gonna just roll up on me like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't play with the cops. Like, why are you even? And sometimes I'm not saying not to say something, right? It's just a timing and a place. Like, why are you saying that and it's 2 FRs right there, right? And then half the times it's not even your FRs. So now what you doing? You're just messing up the environment, and you may be messing up someone else's business, right? And even if it's your FR, you shouldn't do that anyway, because it's still what may do what? Mess up their impulse. It will drop their impulse, right? Our reps is our customers. It will drop their impulse. Talk about territory with the leaders. Talk about the cop issues with the leaders. If a customer done did some shit to you, and it's not just on the field, it's in the office, it's in the van, it's at lunch, it's everywhere, right? It's the reason why they're out there and not inside of here. It needs to be some sort of exclusiveness, because at this point, it's like we're a big old family, the way we be talking amongst everybody, right? You have to be like, if you got a raise for a reason, like the only thing that didn't change is just the pay raise. You gotta change up how you speak in that. Like, I'm sorry, Tariq, I'm sorry, Diamond, we not doing that. They trying to engage in something, and sometimes it's not you initiating it. So don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's the FRs asking you in your ear, but you gotta catch yourself like, wait, hold on. Don't worry about that. You gotta let them, don't worry about that. Everything is good. I don't care what the issue is. I don't care if it's not good. Everything is good. Why? Because you want to sell the business. You want to create less confusion. The job is already not sexy as it is. Like, why are we adding on to shit? You know what I'm saying? Juice. All of this means seamless.
Seamless.
It's the guy that says himself.
We need to make what we do seamless. So what does that look like? Carl, what does that look like? What does making a job look seamless? What does selling a business look like?
So selling a business, one, there's no problem. So every problem has a solution. So if the van's not working, call
Damn.
There's no problem.
solution for it.
There's no problem. That's how you sell the business. There's no problems. There's no problems. I don't even care if somebody was about to fight. There's no problems. I don't even care like I was really about to smack somebody in the field and nobody's seen it. There's no problems. I'm not walking to the rest of the sector and I'm expressing that shit out loud. No, we have friends or co-worker friendships or real bonds that we created. And you need to get that off and you really want to tell somebody, then like tell a JT. I'd rather you tell a JTL than you just saying it out loud. Like, just because Eric is right here and Diamond and Tariq is right here and I'm telling Eric, they still, you don't think they ear hustling, they eavesdropping, they done seen you walking all huffing and puffing, you don't think they're gonna be watching you? Right? It's just not the time and the place. How else do you sell the business? No problem. What else? Terrell, how we should be selling the business?
Have emotion outside of it.
Have emotion outside of work? What you mean by that?
Like, not only just selling Empower, but like the lifestyle that you got going on outside of Empower. That can be a selling point for them.
Yeah, okay. You can sell the lifestyle, right? So that's really selling yourself to them. So I like that though, cause
Yeah, because it's like the money you make from Empower.
Right. Right, so I could kind of say something. You gonna say something like what he said?
No.
Hold that thought, because I want to piggyback off of what Terrell said. So basically, how your emotion is, have emotion, whatever, outside of Empower. Not even just the money aspect, but just how you are as a person. You can sell that too, right? Because it's like, this is how I act, right? Outside outside of work, and this is how I act inside of work. Like, I don't really get into those type of things, right? Those are the stuff that you could sell, right? Your personality, like, yeah, it's levels, right? And you can sell that to somebody, like, no, sweetie, I'm not talking to them on the street. We're walking, right? Say you walk in with your FRs, right? And niggas is hollering at all of us. Say you're a group of girls or whatever. And then as a for my JTL girls, right? If we're walking and you have your FRs, and it's not even just at your FRs in a sector, and this guy's hollering and stuff like that, if your ass is turning around, walking back,
Hey,
and to entertain stragglers on the street and not even try to get their bill and use that they want you as an advantage, then that's also that's like kind of you know what I'm saying? Because for one, not only are you taking away from the job, you're showing them that that's what you do. Now, what if they look up to you? Now, what they gonna be doing every time they're gonna be turning around like, ew, no, right? That's not only are you selling it, you selling who you are. Like, never. Like, I'm not even hearing them hollering, right? And so what they're gonna do, they're gonna walk like, oh shit. Even if they're that type of person, they're gonna see you walking off and not paying attention to niggas catcalling you on the street, bums just catching up air all day, right? You know, you're gonna be just walking, and then they're gonna follow suit. But if you're someone like that, then what they're gonna do? They're gonna do that, and then just time is just gonna, the impulse is gonna keep dropping. They're not gonna get sell, because what they gonna be doing? They gonna be going with the niggas that's on the street, right? And that's just a small aspect. And for the guys, right? For the guys, it could be something else, right? The niggas is being
Smoking weed on the block.
smoking weed, right? Maybe smoking weed or something like that. And you showing that, like, damn, like, you might smoke weed. Getting nasty. You mean that out getting nasty? Right. So, because I personally seen someone smoke weed on the field. Right? I personally seen that. And there's nothing wrong. And I'm talking about with the customers. It's just like, if you around listen, if we all JTLs here, right? We get to have discussions that we won't have, right? Outside there. What I'm saying is, I don't care what you do. Like, say you want to smoke on the field, how you sell the business, right? How you sell the business? Oh, I'm about to go to a reschedule real quick. That's how you sell the business. You don't say I'm about to go take a break. What? I don't know. I'll be like, yeah, I'm about to go to. I'll be telling Eric, I'm about to go to the reschedule. Hold on, I'm not even on the fucking reschedule. If he asked me what happened, like, they was playing. They was a joker. Like, the husband came and fucking shit up, and it's not because of what they're not okay with the conversation. And if you feel as though, oh, I'm so thorough, I'm real, I'm gonna lie, like, then just don't. Like, this is not the business for you. Just like your parents when you was growing up, your parents, it's not like a lie, it's more like a cover up. It's just certain things they probably don't want to share with you. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's just a cover up for certain shit. You want to go take a break, you're not in the mood, you want to do a smoke break, you want to go meet somebody on the field, I don't even care. I really don't. I've done all of that shit, but guess what I'm gonna do? I'm about to go to a reschedule real quick. Oh yeah, they just called me. They told me to come back.
Seamless.
That's seamless. What they thinking? They thinking their impulse is not dropping. They thinking, oh shit, they about to get a guaranteed sale. Let me hurry up and try to get a sale before they come back. Right. That's kind of how we do shit. You know what I'm saying? Pat, you was about to say something?
Damn. Another way we could sell a business is letting people know award ceremonies, PC. Stuff like that.
Right. You could sell the business like that, right? So it doesn't always have to be what motion you have outside, because if you have a motion in here, you can also talk about that, right? And those are just like the obvious things, like how we sell the business, right? Just the obvious things. But like, okay, I got this award, but how you sell the business is, I got this award because when I be on the field, I be doing this and I be doing less of that. That type of thing, right? But the main thing that it flies all the way over our heads. Some heads be big and it baby your head, baby. These things be flying way over your head. Like, it's little stuff like that you don't think is like significant. It's hold a huge impact on our reps because their impulse will drop and then you'll see them gradually just walking away. Keeping your head, our reps is our forever customers. We gotta keep their impulse high. You're gonna know when they're ready to join the club to get into these type of conversations, right? Just like that transition for you to sitting at the kids' table at Thanksgiving to the adult table, like it's just levels to the shit. It's just levels, right? I'm at the big table now. I'm at the big. I know what's going on in a family now that I never knew before. Like I know that it feels weird when you get grown, but let's not. I don't care. They be grown as hell out there. They be bigger than me out there. It don't matter. Like they're not grown. Stay in the children's place. Thank you. I'm not having those type of discussions with you, and that's just not what we do. Because they're not even gonna tell you. It's just the impulse is gonna be dropping. And just like you going, you telling everybody you taking a break, making that shit known as fuck. What you think they doing? Oh yeah, I'm taking a break. Nah, we all went to go get some what? No, I'm about to go to a reschedule, guys. All right, so cause I'm about to go get a cell. Hopefully you can get a cell when I come back. It's shit like that whole time. Then you come back like, yeah, the husband. Yeah, I don't know. If they ask you, somebody like Eric, he's gonna ask. I was like, not a joke. It was like a husband. But see, me, how I go crazy to sell the business, right? If I go on my break and I tell them it's a reschedule, I swear I'm knocking as I'm walking back, and that's low key. I be catching sales like that. So they be like, oh, I see you got the whole time. They don't even know. Like I didn't even go to reschedule. I just knocked on a random door to try to catch a sale before I got back with the team. It's just little shit like that you just gotta do, like right. Just the little finessing we do with our customers. It's the little finessing shit that we gotta do with our reps. Juice. All right. Any comments, questions, smart remarks, feedback, concerns? Yes.
No, I like that, especially our restaurant are forever customers. So same way how you can sell the business to the customer, you gotta sell it to the
Exactly.
I like it because I see sometimes we get in the mood of you see we be like a big family, like you said. So she know, he gotta know, they gotta know. No, it's just between me and you. You be worried about it when you get in here with us. So sometimes I find myself doing that. So I gotta create less confusion and have them more personable. So yeah, that shit was super juice, super fire, and I'm gonna definitely use it on my odds I got now.
Alright, Bernie. I like that. Esau, what about you?
What I take from it? So what I took from that was basically just watch how you behave in front of people. You could potentially be messing up your business, somebody else's business. You could be helping somebody out the door with conversation. Just watch what you said around as far as being at that level. Really, you don't know what level they at mentally as far as in the business. So you gotta just be careful how you carry yourself around because you could be essentially messing up your money, somebody else's money, and company.
Juice. And that's the main thing for me, yeah, Terrell.
That's juice. Cause yesterday, for example, Mecca and Jenna, right? After they got on board,
What they do?
take a little break. That's been crazy, right? They take a little break. They was actually, but they was taking a little break. Right? It's cool to take a little break, but what I don't like is like sitting in front of the poppy store, sitting in front of we in the middle of nowhere, with bums on the corner. So I ain't even telling them, like, look, y'all young ladies about y'all business. Y'all not about to be sitting on the corner because all these bums gonna think, oh, like this our time to waste y'all time. No, y'all out here on a mission. Y'all out here got shit to do. So
right. Go get another bucket, niggas. They get one. That part is that one bucket.
That's facts. He's not saying that's facts.
And I just wanted to say too,
You see I'm on 5, you see I'm on 7.
Right.
you can influence somebody to not work as hard to drink, taking breaks in the field.
Say that again.
Yeah, I can't
Like you can influence people to not, like basically to bum out, basically like taking breaks from the field, not putting no cut on it, like I'm going to take a break.
If they see you bumming out,
sitting down, and then I can influence them to do behaviors like that. And then you're not gonna get good results like that. So it's like you can influence somebody to go and do
Right. Without you even knowing, just like a cell, it just be dropping. You don't get the cell that you thought you was about to get.
On that shit.
I like that the fact that you said that you can mess up somebody else's business. Sometimes I be saying stuff. You already know I be saying stuff. I'm not really mindful of what I say because I don't be doing it in a mean way, like trying to purposely trying to mess up something. Sometimes I just be upset. That's why I need to work on safeguarding my attitude and stuff, and not like saying it around other people. But something that you said, like to me and Makaya, you said that when something that you do, the efforts are going to be 50% worse. So you do something, they're going to be 50% worse. So if you're right here, then they're going to be like right here. So you want to make sure that.
Exactly, because if we train and we do our pitch. Let's use 100%, right? We do our pitch 100%, right? The FRs, right? When they first start, they're really doing the pitch like 60%, right? So if you're doing shit that's already 60%, what the hell they're gonna be 30%, 20%, right? So, and that's just not with the pitch. It's just like everything we do, and it's very annoying, right? And it's a very awkward thing, right? Especially being a new JTL, and not even being a new JTL, because I've been a JTL, but I'm like a newly trying to have a team. I was always, I'm not taking out no ops. No, I'm not taking that. They knew not to give me no ops because they knew I'm gonna say no. Like, I just wanted to do my own thing. Like, I didn't want nobody next to me. I didn't want no responsibility. I just wanted to do what I do, and that's it, and be out. I'm not talking. I didn't even talk to people. I was eating my lunch in my car. Like, I don't want to talk to none of y'all in here. I don't want to have an op for no reason at all. It's just like, I just didn't want the responsibility. Like, I'm not thinking like I'm gonna really be here, so I'm just thinking like, let me get my coins. Let me just hard roll. That's when I was just doing it. So like, even if you've been a JTL for some time and you're newly trying to get a team, or you're just transitioning from JTL, it's kind of like awkward because it's like now you have responsibility. So things that you normally would say or normally do, maybe you get your little six and dip off, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't even do that because they're literally watching you. Like, everything you do, you don't even know. They're just watching you, like, on the back of your neck, and it's just like, it's just so. And then you thinking like, damn, like, I'm just being me, and then that whole time, like, the outside looking in, I'm affecting my team. You know what I'm saying? Whole time I'm just being me, and then it's just annoying, right? It's kind of awkward, but we're not in this position for no reason, right? So we're really trying to take it serious, and we gotta just understand that we're not just being us for being us. We gotta be us for a team now. That's just a crazy ass mental transition for me. And I know it's hard, but you definitely gotta do it, or it's just like you're gonna keep trying to pick up your team. I guess like a kid, like it's really like a kid, like parents. If you showing your kids certain shit, they're gonna kind of grow up doing the same shit. And the whole time a parent, they just thinking like, I'm just a parent. Just like you had said something like that, Unique. Like, I probably would scold my kids. You remember you was talking about like, oh, would you let your nieces and nephew curse in front of you or something like that? So it's just like, we're cursing in front of them. They gonna do it because we're doing it in front of them, and then we gonna tell them, well, I could do that shit, you can't do that shit. Versus not cursing in front of your kids, so they're not able to just have that type of habit, right? Or not smoking in front of your kids, and then when they want to smoke, they like, well, you smoking, and they like, well, I smoke because I'm grown. You can't smoke. Right. Instead of like hiding it that you smoke just so your parents don't see that shit. That's just the only thing, but that's just how it is, right? If you're trying to be a leader and building a team, Juice?
Juice.
All right, so on 3, that's time, right? So,
I'm on 32, 54.
So, right, it's not showing up a lot of people meters, so it's still in a transition.
Because
Because I'm mellow too, I don't know why that shit say that. But alright, so we're gonna close out on, it's Friday, you know what I'm saying?
It's Friday, you ain't got a job, you got shit.
We ain't got shit to do. Now, I really do got shit to do today, so I'm trying to and I'm gonna be like, I gotta do sketch kit. Alright, sell the business on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sell the business on 3.